And a good Thursday, everybody. Welcome in, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hope you're having a great day so far. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, back at the studio on the ones and twos. Jojo, what's up?
It's a beautiful day, buddy. Back at our favorite place at the Omni Hotel and Bar Lines. They got a big old convention here. Safari Club is here, having a good time. They're all looking at us. And
I like that band.
Yeah, they're good, right? So we're off and ready to go, man. And I wake up today to some big news, which is blown me away about the Chicago Bears, man. I was like, what in the world that they're going to be leaving Chicago?
Yeah, it looks that way at least.
Right?
Yeah, I texted our buddy Ryan Porth, who works in Chicago, and I was like, too bad you guys have nothing to talk about. I haven't heard back. So my guess is they've been pretty busy today.
But it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, whatever, it'll never happen. And you wake up,
Pull that
it's
mic
kinda
up
like,
there, Jojo. There
and then it's kind of like, oh my gosh, it is happening. So Illinois right now, the state's having a lot of problems. You could take that however you want. And they're like, oh, we'll go to Indiana. So Indiana's going to have two football teams.
It is looking that way because everybody on the Indiana side that needed to pass the bill have done that. So now I guess it's in Chicago and Illinois' hands of, do you want to keep one of the most historic franchises in the National Football League that has called your state home since the beginning?
Yeah, you look at it, we try to think about other teams that have left iconic franchises, right? I'm not talking AFL, I'm talking NFL. The Bears. What if the Packers packed up and moved to, Milwaukee? It would just, I don't know if it have the same impact, but still, you're leaving an iconic place to go elsewhere. And then, heck, they just remodeled Soldier Field, which looks terrible, by the way, anyway, compared to the old Soldier Field. And
I don't think they just remodeled it, but
it's been 20-something years. But to me, that's recent history. And, now they'll go to Indiana, which is still the greater Chicagoland area, but still, man, crazy. But it's go where the money is.
Follow the money.
Follow the money, right?
That's what you have to do. But, yes, we are at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines today. You and Nick did the show yesterday. I was able to listen a little bit in and out of meetings. But Gus Bradley was fine. He's – I think they're still kind of figuring out exactly what that role is going to look like. I was thoroughly impressed with Brian Daboll.
Yes. And has a texter yesterday corrected me, Daboll.
Okay.
I'll still call him Daboll.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what you got out of the conversation? That's fine. But no, I thought it was good.
Well, no, we have texters that just want to correct us every chance they
That's
get.
fine.
They probably work for someone.
That's fine. I think it was fine listening to Daboll. That was great. Gus Bradley, you're not calling the plays. Don't really care to hear from you. I'd rather hear about Robert Saleh. And I'm going to do the whole thing with Nick Holtz. I'm not going to, you're a coordinator.
But yeah.
Entitled, you're still not calling the play.
Sure. But at least he's done it before, so right. I would rather him suggest things than a guy that's never done it before.
I think the Titans are moving in a direction of great positivity for the first time in a long time. Like everybody's on the same page. Seems like she's taking a step back, thank God, and then let Mike Borgonzi get it done and then go forward. And then, Combine is next week, and then it all free agency, picks up here in 2 or 3 weeks. The draft, and then it all revolves after that. So I think it's good. I think the Titans have a lot of momentum right now. I think it's a good thing.
8586 says, I would assume the NFL would block that, right? Would seem insane to lose an iconic name. Well, they'd still be the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
They're just not going to play in Chicago or in Illinois.
I don't know how far Gary, Indiana, or Hammond, Indiana is from Chicago. It's still in the same. I guess it'd be like the Titans moving to Clarksville.
Yeah,
I guess, or something like that. So, who knows, man? I just think it's
or Bowling Green.
Yeah, to another state. Yeah,
I would say similar to that.
So I don't know. It's just things are changing. Nothing's the same. NIL's going straight to hell, ruining college athletics. So it's a good time. Good time in the sports world.
We got like 3 or 4 texts asking like, so wait, are they going to change their name? And like, I know it's a rhetorical question, but like we would know.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah. But anyway, with Brian Daboll, I guess is what we're going to go with. he sounded like a head coach.
Yeah,
You know, and how but he was also respectful to the head coach, which I thought was good. So I think the Titans are getting it together, and I can't wait to see what he and Cam Ward do together.
I'm just if somebody can answer this, I'd love to know. Can they not talk? I mean, are they not allowed to talk football? I mean, I know they're not allowed in the facility per se because it's off season, but you're allowed to go in and rehab. That's what Terry McCormick told us yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we talked about, my ears perked up a little bit when he said Cam's in the building rehabbing. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And then but I wonder, are you not allowed to talk to the players? Can he not sit down and, hey, let's go have coffee and show you the playbook? Is that not allowed? I don't know.
I really don't have the answer to that.
I find it crazy, but
text line Ricky says where the Bears are potentially moving is 35 minutes away from Chicago.
But you're not in Chicago.
Right. So it's they call it the Chicagoland area.
You're in another state.
Yeah.
You're in
right.
another state,
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
So Illinois is like, we don't do that. I mean, Illinois is mired in really bad finances right now. Indiana's like, we'll take you.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. You can basically be like, oh, whatever. It's in the same vicinity, but your stadium is going to be in a different state with different laws, different sales tax, different.
Everything.
Everything is going to be under Indiana purview, not Illinois, and all the tax money and everything that stadium is going to generate does not go to Illinois. It goes to the state of Indiana.
What is? I'm trying to debate this in my head. What's the iconic sports franchise, NFL franchise? Is it the Bears?
Packers.
They're all together. I would think Bears before anything else with George House.
What's the oldest franchise? Is it the Bears? I think maybe. It is the Bears.
Used to be called the Decatur Staleys back in the day in the 20s. I would think that is maybe the Giants.
So Chris in Spring Hill says the Bears moving to Indiana is just like the Jets and Giants moving to New Jersey. I mean, in a sense, he's right.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Because they're all, good point. But if the Bears want new stadium and new facilities and all that, and Illinois is not going to help, they should come to Tennessee where they'll give $1 billion for a stadium.
The Memphis Grizzlies and the Memphis Bears.
Yeah, right?
No, wait, Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Knoxville Bears.
Yeah, that'll work for them.
Or the Knoxville
he's got
Bears.
A point.
Yeah, the Ice Bears. Yeah, you're right. They have that.
He's got a point. He is right. It's just that, that's been, since the mid-'70s, since they moved with the Jets moved in '83, I think, from Shea Stadium over.
Where did the Giants play at Yankee Stadium?
For a little bit. I guess the Polo Grounds where they played.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then moved over there and got it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Things are changing left and right, and you just don't. You wake up every day like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen now? Who's moving? Where are they going? And we'll see. Nick and I spent time yesterday about, money in college athletics when the Northern Illinois coach leaves and goes to the pros for an administrative assistant offensive role or administrative offensive assistant role. That's the title. And then you've got just all these things that are happening right now, man. I just think sports is always going to be there, man, but it's not a good place right now. And I hate that.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Joe, our question of the day is?
Great debate I had yesterday with a friend of mine. What is the absolute best dipping sauce? What's the best? I'm telling you right now, hot mustard from McDonald's is the best dipping sauce. He argued Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's tough. That's a good one.
So you're saying any dipping sauce or just like fast food?
Any dipping sauce.
Okay.
Usually like ranch, hot mustard, Polynesian, blue cheese, whatever. Hot mustard sauce from McDonald's is the absolute best.
Man, this is a good one.
The best dipping sauce. And by the way, McDonald's has gotten cheap. You get like 3. I'm like, I need more than that.
Yeah.
Cost you like $0.25. I'm like, I'm not, just put another one in there.
The question of the day, you got me stumped on this because that's a good one. It's presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. First-time shooters, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you. Check them out at ariestactical.com. All right, can I give you an answer with the caveat that I might change it?
Sure.
Right now, I'm going to say Zach Sauce from Zaxby's.
Good one. It's a good answer.
It's pretty up there.
It's good. Yeah. Dr. Crane, what do you got, buddy?
I'd say it's a combination of raspberry sauce mixed with yum yum sauce. If you're doing it with sushi, it's pretty good.
Raspberry sauce with yum yum sauce.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
like a raspberry sauce, and they also have a yum yum sauce. And if you mix them with the sushi, it creates a good flavor.
You lost me at raspberry sauce.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to go generic, I could definitely go like a steak ranch sauce and mix that with like a Tabasco sauce.
No,
Have a little
we're not
spiciness to it.
mixing. We're not mixing. There's no mixing allowed.
Then there's no point of dipping
Straight on.
sauces, Joe.
Yeah, there is. You can find one that's tailored to you. Find one. You can't add sauce.
You do realize Polynesian sauce is a mixture of sauces, right?
It is, actually.
It's okay, but it says Polynesian sauce to me. It's
I
okay.
think look, no, I think you can do whatever you want. This is free. This is America.
Then
Thank
then
you.
why can't I talk to Cam Ward about plays?
I don't know.
You're going to take that up with the NFL.
Okay, so
y'all
yum
y'all act
sauce.
like I know everything. Trust
Raspberry.
me, I don't.
I'm hot mustard, man. That's the only answer. It's the right answer. It's the only answer that matters. Hot mustard sauce.
All right. 615-737-1025. Also, people pointing out that the Chiefs are moving to Kansas. But at least there is a Kansas City, Kansas, too. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's-
just I don't know. It's like the Bears is always like Chicago, right? And so
I
I know I get
look-
it, understand it.
I get it. The 49ers do not play in San Francisco. They play in Santa Clara. The Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington, not Dallas. Arlington is 25 minutes outside of Dallas. But so I get all of that. This is, I think, why we're making it a bigger deal than maybe it is because they're moving into Indiana, and it's a historic franchise that's been in Chicago since
Bingo.
the beginning.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
615-737-1025. We'll get more of your answers to our question of the day. We're live at Bar Lines here at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, here on this Thursday at Bar Lions at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Jay from Laverne saying, so Indiana will have 2 NFL teams now, if I'm understanding you all correctly. That is how. And look, I don't think this is a done deal. Indiana's approved it. Like everybody that needed to approve it on that side has approved it. I think Illinois and Chicago still have an opportunity to work on something. But I mean, look, this is what's happened. This is kind of what happened in Houston. This is what happened in San Diego. I mean, you know, it's like I think there are people that get in, you know, these positions that are like, they'll never leave. Like they'll be here forever. We don't have to worry about it. We don't have to give them anything. And then somebody comes along and goes, well, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, they do. I think it's ridiculous. Nashville gave the Titans a penny. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Nashville gave any public money to the Tennessee Titans. I would vote no on that.
Please don't get Jeff Fisher mad at us again.
I would vote no. Right? I know the NFL could write a check for 32 teams for stadiums that Guys is moving now for the first time in a long time. I like what they're doing.
615-737-1025. Dr. Crane, apparently we had a little audio issue with YouTube, but I think I fixed it. So
On the fly, Chase McCabe.
people were texting in.
Answering emails, texts, fixing YouTube,
Yeah,
hosting a show.
that's what I do.
That is
Man
what
of
you
many
do, buddy.
talents.
You are, man.
Yeah, and then you reference the other thing too. We don't have to play it, but about I want to be able to throw the football when the defense knows we're going to throw the football. I want to be able to run the football when the defense knows we're going to run the football.
Yeah.
And that was like the most simplistic way of saying I want everybody to be able to do their job no matter what is coming at them.
I wanted to
No
hear
excuse making.
I wanted to hear more about why he wanted Cam Ward last year.
He was I noticed that he was
We'll get into it at another point.
I think he was protective of that. But you can tell like he is very excited to work with Cam Ward.
I mean,
and I wonder now
a little bit about it.
And I feel like we would know. But like, did you get the sense he might have turned down a head coaching job to take this job? Like, I think if Buffalo had offered him, he would have taken Buffalo. But
yeah, I mean, maybe he just wanted. Some coaches just want to coach, man.
Just want to take a break.
Just want to take a break and coach. Maybe that's what it is. But the fact that he was enamored with Cam Ward, and then he goes, "I've got a system, and I'm gonna get my system to fit Cam Ward instead of Cam Ward fitting my system," because that never works. So I like what he's talking about, what he's doing. We got a long time and see what goes on. But again, you got to be smart in free agency. You got to be smart in the draft. And we'll reevaluate this team on May 1st when everything is done and complete and then moving forward. But they've got a lot of opportunity, a lot of positivity here with this franchise, again, which hasn't been here in a while.
615-737-1025. We'll continue this discussion. Coming up next, Chase and Big Joe live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. And we are presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 102.5 The Game. Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. Nick Beres, News Channel 5, coming up at the top of the hour. We'll have some fun with him because you just went on his show, Morning Line, right?
Yeah, it's on Monday. Highest ratings ever, except for when he has Darren Hall, the sheriff, on, which is number one. So we came in number two. So that's fine. Do all that.
So we look forward to talking to him here in just a few minutes. Into the first period between Team USA and Team Canada women's in hockey, and I believe it's still no score. If they could put that up there, that'd be great.
It's 0-0.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
So tomorrow is the men's, right?
Yeah, so it's the semifinals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so USA will play Czechia, Canada will play Finland, and then
Oh, it's not the gold medal game tomorrow?
no. And
Oh,
then the
okay.
gold medal games on Sunday with the bronze on Sunday as well.
Okay. All right.
So here's hoping. I mean, I obviously we want the U.S. to win and go all the way, but I want Canada.
Yeah,
I
we want
want-
the U.S. to go all the way.
I want Canada.
I don't. As long as USA wins, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like Charlie Sheen in I think it was Major League 2 where they're like, hey, walk Bertman or walk Bertman and all this stuff. He's like, I want it, or Partman. I want Partman. Like I want Canada.
So USA plays Czechia.
Czechia, yeah.
Czechia.
Czech Republic.
All right. So if they lose, they're out.
Yep.
Oh, they lose, they get the bronze game.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the Canadians play.
UC Saros and Finland.
That's a win for Canada. Saros will give up 9 goals.
He's been good since that first game.
You don't need to be good. You need to be
Yeah,
elite.
I know. But
Elite.
they yesterday was great. I had it on all day. I mean, you had 3 overtime games. I mean, it was fantastic.
What other sport you watching over there?
I did watch a little figure skating the other night. I was having dinner with my mom, and she had it on, and it's
Fine.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it
it
is.
was awesome.
Right. I mean, that is just, again, we talk how we can't skate at all, but all that's pretty good. I'm still enamored with the, what is it, Dr. Crane? The skeet shooting.
The cross country shooting is what you're calling it.
Yeah,
It's whatever it's called. Yeah. I mean, to do that, stop and
I love the
shoot
luge.
and
I
do all
like the
that.
luge.
I just, the guy that was going so fast the other day and all, I just like, my gosh,
It's over this weekend, right?
it's Sunday. Yeah.
Closing ceremony.
Yeah.
It just flies by.
I mean, it's only 2 weeks and a few days that they
Yeah.
have it. And then where is 30? The French Alps? Is that right? Did I remember correctly? Then 34 Salt Lake?
Back to Salt Lake.
I think so. They were there in 2002.
Yeah.
And then the Summer Olympics are in LA in 28.
Which will be great because the last time they were in LA, the Simpsons had a field day with it, and it was fantastic. Let's see. So we got LA, yeah, the French Alps. Summer is in Brisbane, Australia, and then 34 in Salt Lake. So you are correct, sir.
All right. Yeah. LA had it last time was 84, and that was the
Yep.
boycott.
Yep.
So maybe everybody's on board now and be a nice Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I hope that the countries that aren't there that have been asked not to be there can get their stuff figured out, because politics aside, like there are some, like I look at the hockey players who didn't want to see Alex Ovechkin in one more Olympic.
Sure. Yeah.
Like there are players that are being punished for decisions that aren't theirs that I hated not seeing be represented, because look, the Russian team has always been good.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that iconic scene in Miracle where, Kurt Russell's Herb Brooks gets the phone call and says, "Are you sitting down? The Russians are going to play in the Olympics." They're like, "Oh, my gosh, it's on now." And that, made everything that's the Miracle on Ice. I mean, had they not played, it would not have happened. They boycotted, not happened, but they played, and you got the most historic sports moment ever in American sports. There's nothing comes close.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I don't think there's I think your statement of nothing comes close is true.
I mean, on the world stage like that, I don't know. When Dennis Conner won the America's Cup in sailing in '84. I don't know, but it's not the same. But it's something that we always remember. And
Dr. Crane, is it Slovakia that the U.S. plays?
Yes, it's Slovakia. Czechia lost to Canada yesterday in overtime.
That's right. Okay, I got that confused. Well, correct me. I'm, sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, they all change names every month. I don't know
Slovakia.
who's who.
I kept saying Czechia, Slovakia. Thank
Joe
So
keeps
where's
saying you
Czechia?
need to check yourself, apparently, every time
Yeah,
he
I
hears
do.
that.
You check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what I was saying yesterday. So is Czechia half of what Czechoslovakia is, and Slovakia is the other part?
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, I thought I knew world history. Evidently, I don't.
Well, and I didn't even know it was Czechia. I thought it was Czech Republic.
Oh, I have no. It's news to me. I don't know. I mean, it's all change and everything. So
0862 says the Russians can compete. It's just under a different name. I think ice skating actually has one of them. Yes, I watched that the other night. They have no affiliation. They're just there.
Aw.
They have zero affiliation with the country. So, I mean, you couldn't field a hockey team. I mean, I would have loved that. Like if they had gotten the NHLers, the Russians, and put them all together and made a team and just like had black jerseys and like nothing, like that'd have been cool.
Right.
But
Oh, I did not know that. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
yeah, so like if you win, do they just play nothing? You just stand there and it's like silence.
God, that is a great question.
Like, I mean,
How many Russian athletes are playing?
I don't know. I don't think it's a lot. But I do know there was a skater, and she was really good too.
Man, I felt
Speaking
bad.
of ice skating, it's on right now.
I felt like the ice skating. I mean, you do all that work, and I watched the other night, and a guy fell down. They're like, "Oh, it's over for him."
Yeah.
Like years of training, and he didn't land some jump, and it's like it's over. I was like,
Yep.
"Oh man!" There's that great skit with Farley on SNL when he was a figure skater and falls down and all that. So you feel bad for him. I mean, all that work, all that, and all it was about can you nail the landing? That's what it's about.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you can say that with gymnastics. You can say that with snowboarding. You can. I mean, it's one play.
It is. Yeah, that you got to do and get it done. So I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the medal count is. I haven't even looked.
What is the medal count, Dr. Crane?
United States is in third. Norway, I believe, leads it. And I'll have to check who's in second. But I just remember that off the top of my head watching the news this morning.
What have we? That is Norway, Italy, and then the U.S. With total medals. The U.S. is one behind Italy with 25. Norway has 34. So, what have we gotten gold in? We've gotten 7 gold.
I have no idea.
No, I'd like to know.
I'm looking down to see if the unnamed country has won any medals, and they haven't.
Yeah.
Georgia, Belgium, Kazakhstan, Bulgaria.
We've got 2 in speed skating, 2 in alpine skiing, 1 in freestyle skiing, 1 in figure skating, and 1 in the bobsled. And that's our gold.
Wait, we got a bobsled? Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Bobsleigh. I guess that's the same thing. In silver, 2 in speed skating, 1 in alpine, 4 in freestyle skiing, 1 in figure skating, 2 in your favorite cross country skiing, 1 in snowboarding, 1 in curling, and then a bronze in the luge.
1 in curling. All right. Well, that's good then.
So
We're coming after you, Dr. Crane.
doing all right.
Hey, that's
So
the
who-
mixed
who did-
doubles.
Who did we lose in curling to?
I believe it was Sweden. Sweden came out on top. Yeah. So
As long as it
now
wasn't Canada.
the women's team won in dramatic fashion this morning.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I think the 10th end or the 11th end, which is the last of it all, they went to extras. So
Well, hopefully we can add gold in women's hockey. Because
We'll find out here in a
we'll
little
find
bit,
out
right?
here in just a little bit. But yeah, it's hard to watch like when it's on during the day, and like when I watch the primetime stuff that they do, it's like, well, I know this isn't live, so I just don't get as into it.
Yeah.
But I've watched the hockey. Like I've been all about the hockey.
So this is live right now, the women? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's we'll probably know by the end of so they're first period. They're going to the second period now.
Yep.
So we should know. What is it Skip Bayless said yesterday about overtime hockey?
I don't know.
He said something that was like made it like he's never watched hockey before. I forget.
3-on-3
he probably
hockey.
hasn't watched.
3-on-3?
Yeah, he mentioned that they should adopt 3-on-3 hockey in the NHL.
No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. Yeah, he's never watched hockey before. He doesn't know anything.
I love it.
now. I watching those overtime games yesterday didn't quite have the playoff feel to it because like playoff hockey, you take the intermission, you play 20 minutes, sudden death. This is you go right into it, and I think it's 10 minutes, but it's still like you have that adrenaline rush. But like playoff overtime hockey is the best.
Yeah, it's really good.
That triple overtime game with the Preds and the Sharks, like I know it was late, but it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home and I couldn't go to bed till like 4 a.m.
Right.
I was just so wired.
It was great. 8:30 start, leave the
Yeah.
arena at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
that was
it was
an
fantastic.
iconic moment.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to Nick Beres from News Channel 5. We'll get into a lot of different topics with him. It's Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier back at the studios. And we're excited to have Nick Beres from News Channel 5 with us. Been there, how long have you been at News Channel 5? The Nickel?
Since 95.
95.
So that's a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're a legend.
He is a legend.
We're excited to have you on with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're an Oregon Duck.
Yep.
As well.
Yep.
And tell us the history behind that, because your father was there.
Yeah,
right?
he was sports information director. So I always liked sports. That's why it's good to be on here. By the way, radio.
Yeah.
My favorite medium.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, that's why I all started doing DJing in high school in Eugene. I love radio. Just sitting up here like this in bar lines. It's pretty cool. But anyway, University of Oregon. My dad was SID at Northwestern in Evanston, and I was born in Illinois. And then he left there, and he went and got the job as SID at the University of Oregon with Rich Brooks when he got there. The head coach there later came here to coach Kentucky.
Yep.
And I grew up in Oregon, but I think now I have lived longer in Tennessee than any place else in my life. Yeah, so I'm a Tennessean.
So who were your teams growing up?
Cubs.
Cubs.
And I'm still a Cubs fan. I was a Cub fan. My dad would take me to Wrigley Field. And then out in the West Coast, I mean, I was an Oregon Duck fan, and I guess – for pro football, maybe Seahawks, but it wasn't. We didn't have really a local team in Oregon. Well, I liked the Bears, but I never got into it as a kid. It was more, baseball for me. And by the time I love football now, and I'm a Titans fan, but we didn't really have a team in Oregon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Seattle would be the closest to Seahawks. Jim Zorn,
that's right.
Dave Craig.
Zorn. Yep.
Dave Craig. Did you become a Portland Trailblazer fan? That's close.
Yeah,
to you.
yeah. The Trailblazers. I love it. We moved to Oregon in '76. When they had the Mountain Man in the center, and they beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the big upset. Bill Walton and company knocked off Julius Erving and all of them for the championship.
Well, then Seattle won with downtown Freddie Brown.
Yeah, Jack Sikma, Lonnie Shelton, right? Downtown Freddie Brown. That was awesome.
Was the man.
Yeah.
So you've been in Nashville at News Channel 5 since 95. What made you Canada? Canada scores. Women's hockey.
Oh, it's okay. Early in the game? Yeah, we're watching.
Second period.
Second period. Okay.
Yeah. So Canada, the gold medal game, Canada takes a 1-0 lead. Shorthanded.
Didn't they play earlier and the U.S. beat them like 5-0 or something?
Yeah, I think that's right. But yeah, that's shorthanded goal. So interesting.
Wow.
So what got you into TV news?
I just love moving pictures, and I realized print, can only do so much. But like Joe and I are hams on camera. We like to have fun. But video tells so much more of the story than, great writing is great writing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved reading Sports Illustrated growing up and all of that. But just the visual medium, TV, being out in the field with cameras and having the camera visuals to come back made it for me.
Yeah. Well, and you've done a great job with it. You're more on the anchor desk now.
Yeah.
Do you miss the field and reporting and telling those stories?
I'd much rather. I never really went into this thinking I want to be an anchor. Like my friend Joe here, he wants to be an anchor. He wants to be an anchor.
I do,
and he's been an anchor. He's very good. But I like reporting and being out with the people in the field, and I still get to do some of it. But I'm anchoring a lot more now, which is a little easier on your body as you get older. Running around out there with the camera and the tripod.
You're young at heart.
Yeah, I am. That's true.
I remember somebody told me about a flag football game. Channel 5 played against somebody, and they couldn't stop you. Wow. They could not stop Nick Beres. Like he scored every touchdown.
Well, we would go out. Neil O'Donnell did special commentary for us, sometimes when he was with the Titans and after he retired. And he's a good guy. In fact, I still have his cell number now. We could call him. And I kept badgering him. I said, would you come out with us to Centennial Park and be the quarterback for both our teams to play one day? And finally, he goes, yeah, I'll do it. And I go, this is so cool. How many of us would like to try catching a ball from someone who started a Super Bowl?
Right.
And he came out, and I just remember we were in the huddle once, and he's like, Nick, here's the plan. You're going to go and do it down and out. When you turn around, you have your hands up and ready because the ball will be there, and it's going to hit you in the face if it's not there. And it's like, he goes, you want an NFL ball? I'm going to give it to you. But I'm going to throw the ball before you turn around, which is the whole key of the NFL. I remember doing that. I did it down and out, and it was right there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if I hadn't gotten my hands up, it would have broken my nose.
I'm shocked Neil didn't throw an interception.
No Larry Brown.
Right,
no Larry Brown.
What in the news world? What's the one story you're more proud of than anything else?
I can't answer that.
What comes to mind?
I mean, I can't answer that. I mean, there's horrible news stories that stick with you. There's There's fun news stories. I mean, I get asked that a lot, and I just can't. I think the stories I like the most are the ones that I think I got to know the people involved and it made a change in someone's life. I mean, the stories that stand out most recently, and there's all kinds. I mean, so Nick, what story stands out to you recently? It's 2nd Avenue bombing, Covenant school shooting.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
That I was a part of. I don't say they're my favorite stories or anything. These are important stories, tragic stories, and those are the ones that first come to mind because it affected so many people.
Excluding those which are tragic, you get pissed off at the animal rescue, right? I mean, you're like us. I mean, it hits deep, but you've been on the ground with these animal rescues who rescue hundreds of dogs in hoarding situations.
This Animal Rescue Corps is one of the main frontline. What they do is they'll be called in by law enforcement for various counties to say, can you help us? Because I mean, we know there's abuse going here, but we don't have the facilities to take care of the dogs. So ARC says, we'll get with you, we'll come with you. And then as long as they surrender the dogs, we'll take them back to the emergency shelter in Gallatin and rehab the dogs, place them with shelters, and adopt them out. And I've got so much respect. My wife volunteers with them and the people that run Animal Rescue Corps. And there's so many wonderful shelters, but they're so overcrowded. And the animal abuse that I see and the fact that so many people don't spay and neuter their pets.
Yeah.
Come on. That's the simple solution to the biggest problem, which is that we have too many of these animals.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Beres is with us from News Channel 5. You have the thing that I love about this, and I grew up here. I am born and raised. I'm a unicorn. So I grew up watching Channel 5 and 4 and like everything flipping around.
Yeah.
You didn't see a lot of change.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're a prime example of that have been here as long as you have. What is it about Nashville that made that so cool that you had the Chris Clarks and Vicky Yates and Hope Hines and like all the faces that you got used to for so long?
Yeah, and it's different. It's a little more nomadic now, I guess, maybe, but those guys, they were legends, and they built the foundation of it. It was a wonderful place to live back then with all of them, and they knew this was a great place. But for me, coming here, first of all, it's a great station, but two, when I moved here in 95, this has since become the type of larger metropolitan city that I wanted to work in. It's evolved, and I have with it to be a bigger place. It doesn't have as much of that. I think Nashville still can have a little bit of the more smaller town feel compared to some of the real big cities, but it's become that way. So you want to stay here. Look, I've been in a lot of markets, including Los Angeles, and this is a great place to be, man. It is a great city. It's got everything to offer. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's right in the sweet spot.
Have you been a day one Titan season ticket holder?
Second season I became. Larry Britton, the legendary investigative reporter for News Channel 5, had tickets with his son, and he bought the PSL. I couldn't afford them at the time, even then, compared to what we're paying now for PSLs. But it's like, and then the next year, Larry said, hey, Nick, my son doesn't want to do it. Do you want to go in on it? I go, yeah. So he and I shared seats in the upper bowl, and he is the reason I saw the Music City Miracle. I am a fair weather fan. We fall behind. The weather's crappy. I'm not one of these, I paid, I'm supporting this team through thick and thin. I'm just, sorry, call me a lousy fan. That's what it is. But I was like, Larry.
So you haven't been there in about 5 years.
Yeah, right. I'm like, Larry, that's about right. But, anyway, I go, Larry, they're not coming back. This game's over. Darn it. I wish, Buffalo's going to win again. All these Buffalo fans around us. He goes, Nick, let's just sit here a bit. I feel good about this. And we stayed.
Whoa.
And I literally, if he said, Nick, let's go, I would have left. And we stayed. And I can be one of the millions who was honestly there and saw the Music City Miracle, thanks to Larry.
Holy cow. Are you still a season ticket holder?
No. You know when I gave up my season tickets? When we lost to the Cincinnati Bengals.
On 21?
I was done. I was so upset. I'm like, Derrick Henry comes back. Okay. They're healthy. Tannehill, we've got the number 1 seed. We've got a clear path. These teams in front of us.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. People have bad games. Ryan Tannehill cost us that game. It made me sick to my stomach. And I'm like, I'm done with this. I walked out of there. I'm paying money to walk out of the stadium feeling like crap.
Yeah.
After this, there's no excuse for us losing this game.
And
again, I know it's not all on him, but he was horrible. And up until that point, I was a Ryan Tannehill fan. But it's amazing how a team sport, a single player, a quarterback, can cook your goose.
Can we bring you back now in the new stadium?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be a season ticket holder. I just don't have the time to invest and go every Sunday to a game like that. But I'll go to games. I can't wait to see it. And I think the team is on the right path. Heard you guys talking earlier. I'm with you. And you and I agree on a lot with the coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I like this coaching staff. I have a lot of optimism about it.
I'm excited. That's what I said to him. I'm like, these are guys that didn't work on their last stop, but for whatever reason, I feel this is it. Like this is the combination. You got the quarterback that I think they can develop and who's hungry, bring in other young, hungry players and build around that. I mean, it may not be this year, but
Right.
I think the formula is there.
If they can get that going a bit just before we move into the new stadium.
Oh yeah.
So we agree a lot. You agree of what I was saying about the city not paying for that stadium?
Yeah, I mean, meaning that you didn't want that to be the case.
No, I don't think Nashville should pay anything for that stadium. Not when the NFL is worth trillions,
I agree.
right? I mean, that's just, you get to
It's
the
just
brass tacks of everything, but I don't think.
Yeah.
So you came in 95. Did you cover
Yeah.
the NFL? Yes. And
That's when I talked about how this city became a place I want to live in. I still remember the day me and Phil Cantor, a photographer, and Mike Cutler, the news director, said, Nick, there's some kind of a news announcement going on with Bredesen down at the Wild Horse. Can you cover that for us? Just head to the Wild Horse. The mayor's going to be there, and we're hearing it may have something to do with sports. And everyone's like, oh, maybe we're getting an NFL team. But there had been those rumors. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, but we'll go. He's probably going to be there to announce, something else. And I remember walking in and standing there, and all of a sudden, out walks Bud Adams onto the stage with the mayor, and the hair stood up on my neck. And
you're
I'm
like, oh, it's happening.
My gosh, Nashville is going to become an NFL city. And I'm sorry, if there's one thing that says you're a major market, big time city. Some people will say, well, Jacksonville, Green Bay, but still, I think those teams give both those cities a lot of credibility.
I agree. You should have known it was a special day because Bud came out that day with a sweet ass toupee on. Right? He had toupee number one.
The rug.
That came out there to do that. And then, so I remember the vote was it 57-43? I voted no in NFL yes. Because I read what all they were giving Bud Adams. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I'm not voting for that.
I did at the time. I voted yes. I voted yes for it because to me it was just a chance to bring an NFL team here. It's different than the stadium thing for me, just because I agree with you on the stadiums and stuff like that. But the chance to get an NFL team, and I know you're giving a lot away, but it's just such a big deal. And I was a big NFL fan. I go, "What? This is what I want to see come to Nashville." So I voted for it.
Yeah. Well, and here's where I will. And look, I was 10 years old, so my parents were voting for, and I don't even remember I think they voted yes. But like looking at it now, I mean, are we sitting in this hotel? Is that convention center there? Right. I mean, the arena was kind of around the same time. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I think happened with Nashville and the growth because, like you said, you bring in an NFL team, you're a major city and a major player. And I feel like that's where then Mayor Bredesen deserves a lot of credit. He's had the foresight there. You bring the NFL and the NHL in, all of a sudden you're a true player.
Was it true? I guess this is the way I remembered it, and it was right when I got here. But the NHL came in, but originally, was it Leopold? Was he the owner?
He wanted basketball.
He wanted NBA.
Yeah,
correct.
He wanted NBA. But
that building was built for the NBA.
Okay, just wanted to be clear on that. I mean, I'm great with the Preds. That's all of that.
Yeah.
But the Grizzlies, I guess, had already gone to Memphis. Maybe
No,
not yet.
No, they were still in Vancouver.
Reason, the NBA then did not want to.
I mean, they told Leopold the quickest route to becoming an owner was to get an NHL team.
Okay.
So
that's what I thought.
They had talked to. There was an NBA team that flirted with Nashville, but it was a ploy to get
the
new
Devils.
Arena.
Oh,
New Jersey
that's
Devils.
hockey. Yeah.
Oh, hockey.
That's hockey.
Okay.
But there was an NBA team too. Then yes, the Devils flirted to move here, and apparently that was like really close. And then at the 11th hour, they got the new rink, and then the NHL said they wanted to expand, and they awarded Nashville the expansion team.
Which is fine. We got hockey.
But no, I agree. Look, Nissan's not here. Bridgestone's not here.
Mm-hmm.
What other big corp aren't here if the NFL's not? I get
Amazon.
it.
Right.
I get it. They're here because of the NFL. At the time, the deal they gave Bud Adams. Do you remember the Planters story at Nissan?
No. I'm sorry. Planters.
After 9/11, they installed the planters over at Nissan Stadium.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then they gave the city a bill for like $600,000.
I didn't remember that. I do know the planters, which are there to prevent a car bomb from driving into the stadium.
And the city's like, we're not paying for that. And they're like, Yeah, you are. It's part of the deal. I was with Chris Bungard on all those stories.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as like we're in the Titans were like, yeah, it's in the contract. You're paying for all this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
And they just went along with it.
Yeah,
right. I mean, yeah.
We'll have more with Nick Beres coming up next. We're live today at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday. The gold medal game in women's hockey in Italy right now. Canada leads the U.S. 1-0 in the second period. So we'll keep you updated on that. And the men back in action tomorrow to set up, hopefully, going to a gold medal game on Sunday.
Now, is that on NBC or is that another?
So U.S. It's through the Peacock app, but it's USA.
All right, because I'm watching live figure skating that's on NBC right now.
Yeah.
You think they'd switch over to?
Oh yeah.
Well, and it's on behind you on USA, I guess. So
The Peacock app is great.
Oh yeah.
You can just go to anything.
Put that mic up there.
Yeah.
Sorry about
there
that.
I mean, there you go, buddy. Good
Keep
job,
us up there.
Nick.
You mentioned Larry
Do you,
Brent.
do you think he'll let me finish his burger? Because I didn't get my food.
Yeah, he does. I eat his food all the time.
You
go
do
ahead.
eat his food?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You can have it.
Here's your hummus right here. The kid
Oh, it's my hummus.
Oh,
and
there you
hummus.
go.
Yeah.
Here, we get the hummus up here.
Yeah. No, right here.
Hey,
Right here.
Hey, ready?
Yeah, right here.
There you go.
There you
Thanks,
go.
buddy.
Oh,
There you
look
go.
at
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. pal.
You
I got
mentioned
my
Larry
rabbit food.
and working with him.
Yeah.
I remember, as I told you, growing up here, watching Street Talk. He
Yeah.
would do his, his investigative reporting. What was it like working with Larry? And how is that hummus?
I got hummus on the microphone.
That's all right.
Not long after I got here, got into it, and Larry, one of the huge stories we were on, and it didn't happen. 96. That's when Janet March disappeared,
Yep.
and that was his thing. He got in really good with Perry March, who of course murdered Janet, but
Yeah.
we didn't know that at the time. And so, not long after I started work there, they started News Channel 5 Plus.
We're gonna pull it just a little bit there.
Okay,
but
they
there
started-
you go, pal.
Started News Channel 5 Plus, and they wanted to do Morning Line, and they did Morning Line as an hour-and-a-half show.
Ugh.
And they said, Nick, you're going to be hosting with this fellow Larry Britton. Now, he's a legend around here, even back then, because he was at the Banner, right, before he came over. I didn't know who he was or what it was going to be like. And Larry's heart of gold and a wonderful reporter, but boy, a curmudgeon. You get on his wrong side, or you do a story that he didn't, really think was really news. He let you hear about it. And so I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And Street Talk and all of that. What I learned from him was just all about contacts and who you know and getting in, and the stories he told about Stringbean Aikman and how, he went and collected the money out of the pond without telling law enforcement. And he was sitting there covering the story. I can't get into it all here, but I mean, law enforcement was there looking for the money and the evidence in the pond, and he had it in the trunk of his car. You do that these days?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You're going to jail.
Oh yeah.
But back then, there was a different relationship between, law enforcement and certain reporters.
Yeah.
I had to cover a story long ago at Channel 2. I was general assignment one day, which I'll never know why. We're at the Wyhsynski County Courthouse, and Larry Brenton's covering a story down there. And he disappears, right? And so we're out in the hallway and everything. All of a sudden, I heard this lady's like, sir, you can't be in here. Larry Brenton is in some office with a bunch of files laid out, and he says, I'm just an old man looking for the bathroom.
Oh, that's a great story.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And the lady's like, let me show you there, sir. And I'm like, this guy has got you guys fooled.
I have
He's
never
got
heard
all
that.
these files laid out.
Yeah.
And it was me and Anthony May, a cameraman at the time at Channel 2. And we're like, this guy is the greatest.
Yeah.
I'm just an old man looking for the bathroom.
That's such a great
He's
story.
got all the files
That is
laid
such a
laid
great
out.
story. Never heard it, but I believe it.
Yes.
I mean, Larry would do whatever, within reason to get the story.
yeah.
How has investigative news changed since
Well.
those days to now? Obviously, you got social media and different avenues and stuff, but I mean, like, it's I remember back then, and then when I went to college, it was like, okay, when you're in sweeps, you got to have the big investigative
Right.
story, to get viewers in. Like, I remember the promos for, Nick Beres goes behind the
Right.
scenes of this travesty or something like that.
That still kind of goes on, but you hit it on the head.
Yeah.
What's changed so much is social media and everything. What you find now is the sources of the stories, law enforcement, attorneys, things like that. They are much more buttoned down and controlled and difficult to, like I said, the stuff that Larry got away with back in the day doesn't happen. There are PIOs everywhere.
Yeah.
You're not dealing directly with the law enforcement officers, which makes sense. They're so busy. You
Sure.
have
Hey,
public
Don
information
Aaron's not
officers.
going to put up with
No.
crap.
And Don Aaron has been around a long time.
Yep.
And he, in my opinion, he's excellent at what he does.
We love Don Aaron.
You don't
on the
always
show.
get along with him, and he can sometimes, in my opinion, be a little short with you. That's unjustified. But I also know behind the scenes all the stuff he puts up with. But he's handled some incredibly big stories over the years, And as a public information officer, I think he does a very, very good job.
He's
and,
great.
it's not an easy job. And his wife's a peach.
Yeah. Did you go to Mexico to interview Perry March?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Well,
how's that carrot, by the way? Good?
I'm eating on the air. Can you hear
I
it?
don't care.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you go down there to interview Perry March in Mexico?
Yeah, went down to interview Perry March after when he kidnapped the kids, his 2 children. He took them down there, and then we went down because remember the Levines, the grandparents had them here.
Yeah,
and then he took them down. And I remember about that trip is my photographer ate some unpasteurized queso at a restaurant and was puking in Perry March's pool.
Nice.
who was the photographer?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, God, tell me during the break.
Okay, I'll tell you during the. But anyway, yeah, I do remember that. And then we went back down after Perry was arrested to interview Arthur March, his father, who was into it. And I still remember going to Arthur March's little cabana. It's in Ajijic, Mexico, where a lot of expatriates live. Beautiful little area with a lot of Americans there. And we had to track him down. All the media was down there looking for him.
Oh, yeah.
We found him. And my photographer, a different one with me, Al T. Cobb, had a relationships of sorts with Arthur March. And so we pulled up. Other stations are all down there. We pulled up. We had an interpreter and a black SUV driving around. And then, we saw Arthur walking down the road. And we're like, we got to confront him. LT gets out and goes, "Hey, Arthur, what's going on?" And Arthur goes, "LT." They hug each other. We get him in the SUV. We drive back to his cabana. We talk about the story. And he goes, "I ain't talking to any other media. I'm shutting it all down." And he wouldn't talk to anyone else. That was a big exclusive for us. And
Sure.
I still remember him saying, "Look, Arthur, are you worried they're going to come get you now that they've gotten your son and they think you're involved?" And he goes, "No, Nick, let me show you this." And he pulls out his cane and he goes, "I've got a saber in my cane." And he goes, "They come for me. I'm not going quietly." And he goes, "But I don't want you to show that." I go, "Oh, okay." So he puts it back into the cane sheath. And he goes, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom." He goes in the bathroom. I jump up, go, "LT, roll." And I pull open the sheet.
Oh, he would have killed you.
Well, he did say later, he said, "You tell Nick Beres his wife needs to buy a black dress." But, come on.
I mean, he was certifiably insane.
Oh, he was too. There's thoughts that Arthur March killed his wife. And, she died under suspicious circumstances, never charged. But and then again, we know what happened with Perry.
Is Arthur still alive?
No, he died. He went into federal custody for his involvement with what happened to Janet, and he died behind bars. Perry is still locked up. I forget which facility. I think it's out in West or East Tennessee.
We'll take a break. I'm going to go. I'm fascinated by this.
But we're not talking sports. I mean,
We will.
Your listeners are not. They're probably bored to death.
They love this, and you can continue your hum. But I want to talk about the day Steve McNair died.
Oh boy!
Oh, yeah.
Right? We got it. That day will ever be etched. The biggest news story ever in this city.
It was big.
We'll do that next. Nick Beres, News Channel 5, with us for the hour. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. Nick Beres from News Channel 5 is our guest.
You know, you guys.
Hey, the mic. There we go.
You guys are really good at doing interviews. I was telling Joe the other day, you know, I listen to you a lot, and some of the interviews, I told him the one I love. I mean, that I learned a lot, and it was well done, and he was great. Was Vince Gill.
Oh yeah.
When you did that interview with Vince Gill, what was that, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Or something? I was driving home, but I just thought it was excellent. It's maybe the best interview I had heard.
Thanks,
him
buddy.
do. It was just terrific.
Appreciate that.
I mean, he's a great. I don't know him at all, but I just think he's amazing.
All right. So before the break, I asked you the day that Steve McNair was killed. Where were you? How'd you find out, and what happened next?
That was a weekend, wasn't it? It was
Fourth of July.
Yeah, 4th of July, but
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not at work, but I remember hearing about it. It's one of those things you just remember where you were. I think we had family over, and I didn't believe it at first. And then, of course, we turned in and started watching it. It's what came later. I was friends with the guy who owned the building when it happened. And a few days later, as we were doing the file, I didn't cover it initially. There were other reporters that did. They had enough people. They didn't need all hands.
Sure.
Excuse me, on deck. But I went into that apartment. He brought me in there before it had been cleaned, but it had already been processed. And the stuff you see in there was just awful. Just awful. The couch and the way it was. The bodies were gone, of course, but there was still, human evidence there, but it had already been processed. But it gave me a look at what this apartment room looked like and where he died and where the bodies were, and it was just horrible. And we never showed any of that, of course, but I had a chance to see it to try to just get perspective of what this place was like and what was going on there.
So when the story unfolded about the guy at Opry Mills, she bought the gun, and all, I mean, when it started unfolding, I was like, all right, where does this end? And I remember it was layer after layer after layer, and it just was something that we'll never go through again, but was just completely like, it's not in the reporter's handbook, I guess what I'm trying to say here.
Right. No, I mean, you don't, something like that. But I do know, even today, there are people thinking there's some kind of conspiracy, and it wasn't, necessarily what police ended up saying what it was, this woman, and I don't know what it was, if she was jilted or he felt he was going to leave, and if she couldn't have him, no one was. But I'll say this. I don't know what other evidence is out there, but Pat Pistiglione, who I consider to be the best homicide detective I've ever been around in any of my markets. And, he was in the middle of so many big stories. Perry March, Bruce Mendenhall, the serial killer. He saw what happened, and he's in agreement that law enforcement, what they released was indeed, this was what they're saying it was. Steve McNair was there with this woman, and she killed him.
I remember that Thursday, he died on a Saturday. Surpass had a presser on a Thursday. And the first question was about there's much more to this. And Surpass was like, I don't know where you're getting this from. There's not. Here's the autopsy report. Here's everything. And it just kept going on and on and on. And then that Dateline NBC story, which was awful. Had nothing new.
I agree.
Yep.
I mean, but that's the way it is in this day and age, especially social media. It wasn't as much back then, obviously. But when something that big happens, it gets everyone's attention. And there's always going to be these conspiracy nut jobs.
Sure.
Coming up and with no basis at all. And they want
But do you think if
it.
this was Dan Smith and not Steve McNair, that some of that there probably wouldn't have been the
not
conspiracy?
At all. There are plenty of Dan Smiths, sadly.
Yeah,
happens all the time. This was Steve McNair.
Yeah.
I mean, geez. Still a young man with his whole life ahead of him.
Just retired.
Horribly tragic. And I hate people making judgments about,
How did you get in the condo?
I knew the owner of the condo.
I'm just, every day
Have you seen this face?
I'm amazed at you.
Well,
I told you, one of my favorite stories was the unfortunate incident in Cookeville where the cop killed the dog that chased him at a traffic stop. And so I was at Channel 2. I was at Channel 2, and they're like, get on that story. Then you had the story, and the news director, Tom, was like, why don't we have this story? And they're like, well, I didn't know. The reporter's like, I didn't know this. And I asked Nick, I'm like, how'd you get that story? And you said, I called and asked. And I'm like, we do all this stuff that's really outside everything else, but the core, I called and asked. I went back and I told my news director that. He's like, I'll be damned.
Well, yeah, and it's who you call, and maybe going a back door. I still remember that, where we were interviewing the officer, and we were in this room, in an office across the street from the police station. And across the street were all these live trucks, and all the other stations were there, wondering if he might walk out there. And I'm sitting here interviewing him, and they were rushing back before we could feed something and put it together. And I felt bad for them because they were going to hear about it.
Sure.
But, I didn't do anything to torpedo them. I just called, and they said, yeah, Nick, come. We want to talk to you. We'll meet you here. And I'm in this office, and I remember looking out of the window and seeing all these reporters in trucks. And at one point I saw, one of the reporters just going up to the police chief and waving her arms, going, where is he? And I'm like, oh, he's over here with me. Hey, that's happened. I've been on the other side of that, too.
Sure.
It happens.
I mean, you're not doing that in a pompous way. That's your job.
No, and I wasn't trying to beat that. I mean, I was just trying to get the story.
Yeah, and you did well with that.
Wow.
Nick Beres, News Channel 5, is with us. Obviously, you're hyper-focused on what's happening in Nashville, but how much do you keep up with the national story? Obviously, the Nancy Guthrie case is the big one right now, but kind of keep up other than just reporting on it, when you're reading headlines.
I'm a news junkie. When I walk away and leave or whatever, I mean, I just for sure.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the big stories and read it. But, local news is where it's at.
Agreed.
It is.
That's why I love local radio.
Yeah, a lot of people knock the national news and the coverage. Sometimes there's some good reason, whether, too liberal, too conservative, whatever. But local news, I think all the stations here, do a very good job of being impartial. If someone wants to call and say, Nick, you guys have a slant. I can guarantee you this. I've never once sat in a news meeting when we're talking about stories of the day where anyone in that room said, by the way, we're not going to want to cover that side. I would want to slant it this way.
Exactly.
If that happened, I'd go public with it, and I would quit immediately.
Yeah.
It has never happened.
Yep.
And not local. Now, does that maybe happen in some national? Maybe so. I think maybe it does. But locally, and I'm not just saying Channel 5, I don't think it happens at the other stations in town either.
Yeah. I've been into those meetings, and it's always like, get both sides of the story.
Be fair. Just be fair.
Every time.
It's funny you bring that up because, I was telling you this before we went on the air, my last semester at MTSU, Chris Clark was my professor. This is right in the midst of the 2012 presidential election.
Okay.
And I realized really quick, and you probably knew this working with him, Chris loved presidential elections. Mm-hmm. And so every story we did basically was on something with the election, and we even did election night coverage. But one of the things that I remember that he was banging on the table, no one cares what side you're on.
Right.
And if you're going to be in this business, you have to come across as you are as impartial as can be on anything, but especially politics.
Right.
And so he's like, when we write these stories, and he made a few people redo their stories because he could tell which way they were going in writing their stories. And look, I took that to heart because I thought that was great advice.
Yeah. Oh,
especially at the local level.
Really, the only place you can get away with it, I think, legitimately is in sports coverage.
Yeah, right.
Look, I have no problem with any of our sportscasters in town being pro-Titans. I hope they cover them fairly and ask the hard questions like you guys do, by the way.
Yeah.
I really liked your show for that, where you'll ask them hard questions. But
Thank you.
That's the only place, really, where you can do it. But, yeah, you're right. What I think is something don't matter, man.
Yep.
It's got to be just both sides, and you guys listen, and hopefully I do it fairly, and then you decide.
Let me ask you a question. How's that hummus?
I was about to say, this is some of the best hummus I've ever had. You want to know why? They've got a lot of lemon in it. And I'm serious. This is outstanding.
Let me ask you this. You have 500,000 Facebook followers.
Yes.
Right? And I've talked to you about this. They're very engaging. You don't take that for granted. How did you build 500,000 Facebook followers? I'll give you time to chew.
Oh.
You're worse than me, man. But you got 500,000.
It started in it started in 15 years ago. And the station said, we want you to start doing more social media. And I just said to myself, all right, I'm gonna take this seriously because I think it can get us better stories, get our message out from Channel 5. And so what I did is, I can just be honest with you. I started 15 years ago and I decided to do it. I said, I'm going to post a minimum of 3 things every day. And at first it was real hard to come up with it. I didn't know 3 things every day. And as I sit here today, going back 15 years, and I'm dead serious, and you're going to think, Nick, and you've gotten on me for this. Nick, you're on vacation. What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I just came back from a surf trip in Costa Rica, and I still posted. I have not missed a day in 15 years. Sick, Christmas, anything. In 15 years, I have posted a minimum of 3 things every single day.
Yeah.
And it's not just crap stuff. I'm trying to find things that I think are of interest to me and the people that follow me. And then during a lot like this past ice storm and things like this, I try to post things that try to help people when they really need to get information.
I get so many people reaching to me that say, "Hey, can you get this to Nick?"
Oh, well, they know you and I are friends
all the time, right? And so I'm not going to flood your end. But if there's
You've
something,
given me stories.
yeah,
You
I
given me
have.
stories.
So if there's something that's really impactful to the community that people need to know about or helping a situation out, I think. What's one recently you helped out a small business? What was the one?
There've been a couple. There was a small business, and I'm not monetized, and I don't charge anything. But if I like something, like I have a favorite hot dog place I go to, Campion's. Okay,
Right.
and I don't mind saying
Gallatin.
Yeah, it's in Gallatin. There's a new one in Mount Juliet. I get paid nothing. I love the people. It's family run, and I'll post something that now they were doing okay, but I posted for a few little family run operations that were about to go under. That I really thought their product was great because I used it and I liked it and they're nearby. I posted and I remember getting text messages from them saying, "Well, we didn't really know who you were, and you posted about us, and we just want you to know you changed our lives." A single post, and that's why I have to be very careful how I use it.
Yeah.
But apparently that helped people discover their product, which I thought was great, and now they're doing better. That just made me feel good.
Absolutely.
To do that, and I'm getting nothing out of it. Like I said, not monetized. And I do not charge. I do not ask for anything in return. I just like sharing things I like.
He is Nick Beres, News Channel 5. We'll have more with him. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Yeah, his dad.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines.
Do I get dessert?
You do get dessert.
No.
absolutely.
That's no.
No, you do.
What do you usually get? What does he get?
I get the McFlurry on the way home.
Yeah, it's funny. I've seen him eat a lot, but sweets usually.
I don't.
You're a savory guy.
Well, my A1C is higher than Willie Nelson, so I've got to.
No, you're in pretty good shape.
I bring it down.
There was a time he was a little more portly,
He was.
and he's not.
I know, I've lost about 65 pounds in the
No,
last
that's
couple
great.
of years.
Yeah, he looks good.
Just started eating better, and I was drinking. I mean, I still have a Diet Coke here and there, man, but just got to get off your butt and move.
That's right.
All right.
I've seen you out walking.
Nick Beres, News,
I have.
News Channel
Over there in
5,
Donaldson.
There we go, man. God's country.
is with us. We've talked about, I mean, I feel like all the big stories we talk about, unfortunately, are the negative ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know why we're wired that way to just remember those. But, I mean, what are some positive things that you have seen as of late? Obviously, we're coming off the ice storm, and we've seen, once again, Nashville helping Nashville.
Yeah, all of those wonderful things about how this community comes together. I was thinking you were just to say again what stories you remember. It's not so much the best trip I ever did, and this is small potatoes for you guys because you get to do these trips all the time, was I got to cover, the national championship game when Tennessee played Florida State in
98?
In 98. That was really cool. I went with Coos.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
So Bob Kuzak,
yeah.
I talk about a nice fella. And he and I were together, and I was able to go not covering sports, but to do the local color of the fans and, other things that were happening around there, ticket scalping. I still remember after the game was done, they're running on the field, they're handing out the national championship hats. We were trying to get video, and Kuz just goes like this, hold on. And he just reaches in with all the players, pulls out a hat.
Nice.
He still has it today, I think.
Oh, that was fun.
But that was cool. That was the one time I got to meet John Ward.
I
Remember we were coming in, and all I know is when I first moved here in 95, I remember driving in the car with my wife listening to a Tennessee game and recognizing right then that football in the South is a way different breed than anywhere else. Yeah, I'm an Oregon Duck, and I like to kid and brag, but make no mistake, football is football in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not close. It's not like this anywhere else in the country. I mean, it is just king. And I remember listening to John Ward, and I thought to myself, there's Keith Jackson, and there's John Ward.
Yeah.
I just thought he was the best announcer I have ever heard. And what a great way for him to go out the year they won the national championship.
I agree. Were you pleased that you said earlier you might have witnessed a moment in college athletics history that we're all about now, about money, with Phil Knight in Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and what happened after Oregon lost the Rose Bowl to Penn State?
Yeah. All right. So in 95, my dad was still working with the University of Oregon. And, for years they were 6-5. Maybe they went in the Weed Eater Bowl or something like that. But this year they played well enough out of the blue, and they made it to the Rose Bowl. And at the time I was working in Los Angeles, and they played Kijana Carter and Penn State. And it was the biggest story ever that Oregon all of a sudden got that good. They were never in the Rose Bowl. It was always USC or Washington or something like that.
Kerry Collins was the quarterback of that Penn State team.
That Penn State team was loaded, all right? And very first play of the game, handoff to Kijana Carter, 65 yards,
Right.
touchdown. I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those games. So they ended up losing. But after that game, my dad was down there in the locker room, okay, with Rich Brooks and the others, and in walks Phil Knight of Nike, okay? You guys watch the movie Air, Ben Affleck did a great job with that. But it's like Phil Knight walks in, and he's like, gosh, this was an incredible run. It was so much fun. You guys, awesome. And he goes up to the AD, who I forget who it was at the time, and Rich Brooks, and goes, what's it going to take for you guys to get back here every year? And you wonder why right now, Oregon now is clearly one of the top, I think, 5 programs in the country in terms of appeal and all that.
Yep.
And they just said to him, Phil, it's very simple. Money. If you'll endow and support our program financially with what you have at Nike, we will be a powerhouse. And Oregon has been since.
They basically got a blank check. I mean, just about.
They really do. I mean, but that's any university. It comes down to money, unfortunately, unless you just get lucky with a couple of kids that no one expected that gets great.
But that was the moment.
Yeah, that to me is the moment where everything changed, because all of a sudden there was an incredible influx of money coming to the University of Oregon. It's not that all of a sudden, you got a great coach, or, you're doing better recruiting. No, they were good at that, but the money, the facilities, everything all of a sudden was upgraded, and the players come. You should see the locker rooms for the Ducks. It's been a few years since I've had personal TVs in there, solid mahogany wood, massage chairs, you name it. So if you're a kid before NIL, you want to go to a place like Oregon because they treat you like a king.
Oh, sure. By the way, Oregon, home, college football, one of the best tight ends of all time.
Russ Francis.
Met him when I lived in Hawaii, man.
Did you meet him?
He was great. Our brother's got his jersey for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. You know what I remember Russ Francis? When he played for the Niners and Ronaldo Nehemiah went over the middle. Bam! He got nailed. Francis thought he had died. And he goes up and was shaking Nehemiah. Wake up, buddy. Wake up. Do you remember?
I do not.
Well, Nehemiah was what? The world-class hurdler.
Yeah.
And he signed with the Niners. We had world-class speed. But Russ Francis was – you lived in Hawaii?
For a little bit, yeah. Growing up. Yep.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and Russ Francis was out there all the time.
Yeah.
But he was just – he, to me, was larger than life. Handsome. He was like Tom Selleck.
What did Howard Cosell call him?
Remember?
All world.
All world.
Oh, nice.
All world tight end, Russ Francis.
Yep. And also Dan Fouts, an Oregon guy.
Great quarterbacks. Dan Fouts. Who's the best quarterback ever to come out of Oregon? Okay, you say Dan Fouts, Justin Herbert.
Mariota?
Nah.
Heisman Trophy winner?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Okay, fair. I guess I'm talking about it once they get to the NFL. But you're right.
Oh, okay.
The best quarterback at Oregon's history is Mariota. He won the Heisman. No question.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, their pro career. I mean, think of all the busts they've had. Joey Harrington.
Could be Bo Nix.
We'll see.
Hey,
right?
You know what?
We'll see.
That's a good point.
Achilles Smith.
Achilles Smith.
But you know somebody that you guys could take, Jerry Green. Remember he left Oregon, became the head basketball coach at Tennessee?
He did okay.
He was all right.
Yeah, that was crazy, that Oregon-Tennessee connection. I mean, I just remember when I was at Oregon, I looked at Tennessee as just this super powerhouse. We know for a fact their women's basketball was.
Right.
Oregon had a decent college basketball team for women, but, Pat Summitt.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Tennessee 1, Oregon 0.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
By the way, Tennessee's the only state, if you do a Mount Rushmore, 4 women on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay. Tennessee, you said. Okay, Wilma Rudolph. Pat Summitt. All right, 2 more.
You're talking just
Like,
general non-sports,
meaning that
right?
you think
overall.
that in terms of women's athletics.
No.
The 4 that go on.
No, the 4 Tennessee's the only state with 4 women on Mount. There are Mount Rushmore.
Not necessarily athletics. It
Not
can be
athletics.
Oh,
Wilma Rudolph, Pat Head Summitt.
all right. I'm not sure. Oh, who else?
anything.
Dolly.
Oh, okay. So anything, not just sport. Dolly.
And give me Tina Turner.
Ah,
Oprah was born in Mississippi. She's not a Tennessee.
yeah. You put those 4 women up against 4 women in any other state, you're gonna have a hard time beating them.
You're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right there.
I mean, you give me Wilma Rudolph and Dolly, I'm good.
Yeah, Wilma. Yeah.
Then you add Pat Head Summitt,
Yeah.
and then give me Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, this has been a lot of
Oh
fun.
man, this was a fast hour. Well, thanks for having me on. It was great.
We'll have to do it again. Yeah.
Radio's.
I've only tried for 2 years, but
well, because
Lord.
you didn't tell me they made great hummus here.
Told you we got you, man.
We'll make sure you get more.
It's really
That's
nice
it.
to spend the
Yeah, thank you,
afternoon
Nick.
with you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, Bubba.
You know I love you, Joe.
You
Nick
love you too,
Beres,
man.
All right.
News
take care.
Channel 5 joining us here on the program. We'll have Greg Wyhsynski from ESPN. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5. The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. It's getting stressful in the Olympics right now in women's hockey. The U.S. trails Canada 1-0 about 4 minutes into the third period. And to talk more about this in the men's tournament, say hello to Greg Wyhsynski from ESPN, who joins us now. Greg, sorry to pull you away from watching this tense game, but hopefully our USA can get back in this one.
No, I appreciate the break. This sucks. This is terrible. Like the U.S. women are so exponentially better than the Canadians that this is one of the most shocking developments of the Olympic tournament. The Americans, just to put it in terms we'll all understand, the Americans were better than a minus 450 odds this morning to win against the Canadians. Like that's the disparity. They've won 7 games in a row against them and blasted them 5-0 in group play. And what you're seeing here is a combination of a lot of players having their worst games of the tournament at the wrong time. And then also a lot of players really failing to execute because they're not ready for the moment. And then on the other side, you've got, I think it's at least 16 Canadian players with gold medals. And then a few with multiple ones, and they're playing like it today. It just sucks, man. It's just like I really thought this was going to be a coronation.
Yeah, I did too. And look, the goal that the Americans gave up was a shorthanded one. They were on the power play and couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, and some not great back checking from Layla Edwards on the play. She kind of unfortunately had a situation where the puck took a funky bounce, and she didn't really recover after that to defend on the 2-on-1 down low, but. You know, this is a steamroller offensively that for some reason can't use their speed today at all to develop chances. There was a couple times in the second period where it looked like they had some life, and obviously there's still a ton of time left in the third period, but the clock's ticking, and they've really not gotten any super grade A chances on the Canadians quite yet. It's frustrating.
So we'll keep you updated on this. I'm going to just throw it into the universe. While we're on the phone, the U.S. will score. I'm just going to manifest it. That's what I'm going to say. But yesterday in the men's tournament was fantastic. It started with Slovakia thumping Germany 6-2, but then you had 3 overtime games after that with Canada and Czechia, Finland, Switzerland, and then the U.S. and Sweden to set up the semifinals. It's been a fun tournament. It's exactly what everybody wanted with the NHL players being allowed back in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I did say yesterday that leading into the quarterfinals, it did sort of feel like a WrestleMania where the main event makes you forget about how middling the undercard was. That's kind of how I felt after group play. But, I mean, the quarterfinals made that all go away pretty quickly. It was an amazing day of hockey outside of Germany not showing up in that first game. And it's amazing to think that the Canadians and the Americans are both one bounce away in a 3-on-3 overtime from both being out of the tournament in the quarterfinals, not even like in the semifinals where they could maybe like recover to win a bronze. Like it was really, to quote an old Steven Tyler line, cap dancing on the landmine for both those teams. But they made it out. And for the Americans, I think they made it out stronger. That was a real gut check to give up a goal that late to the Swedes and then come back, and then Quinn Hughes gets the goal in the 3-on-3. I was waiting for them to have that kind of moment in this tournament, and they passed the test.
You look at how things set up now. The U.S. will take on Slovakia. Canada will face UC Saros and Finland. I don't want to, as we say in the South, count the chickens before they hatch, but I feel like the way things draw, it looks like we could get the U.S. and Canada in the final.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the smart money is probably on that right now. Slovakia is a very interesting team in the sense that
Scrappy.
They have about a dozen players that were on the bronze medal team in Beijing. So they've got a lot of sort of baked-in chemistry that could be kind of problematic for the U.S. if they don't execute well. Finland's a weird one. I mean, the Finns are never an easy out. And in fact, the Finns have won more medals in the Olympics in men's hockey than any other country since the NHL players started going. So this is just what they do. They medal. Right? So like, I I still think that maybe this would be a much more interesting game if Sasha Barkov of the Florida Panthers were in it. But obviously he was injured in the preseason and couldn't play for the Panthers or for Team Finland. But I do think they're going to dig their heels in and give the Canadians a game in that semifinal.
Who's someone with the U.S. that, maybe has played well but under the radar that needs to step into the forefront that we haven't seen to this point?
Yeah, they've all played well. It's like the premise of your question is like you can't really single anybody out for not having played all that well because they've all played well. But I do think though, I kind of want more out of the Kachuk line with Jack Eichel. They've done well and they've produced and Brady's got a goal and Kachuk set up some stuff and broke the spirit of Leon Draisaitl in that game against Germany by calling him a bridesmaid. Like, it's not as if they've played poorly, but they maybe just haven't been as dominant and as tone-setting as I thought they could be in every game. Some games they've showed up more than others, but in these last 2 games of the tournament, assuming the U.S. gets past Slovakia, that's a line that really has to be their best, and I don't know if we've quite seen their best yet.
The one that I might have said is Dylan Larkin, even though I think he's played well, but I feel like he's someone that possesses, and we know like Austin Matthews and the Kachucks, as you mentioned, but I feel like Larkin was one that could be sneaky, and maybe he has to this point.
Well, I mean, he scored a goal in the previous game, which obviously really was a key for this team because it wound up being a very closely played defensive grind. Well, I should say part of that is the Americans deciding not to really play in the third period and get into a shell, which is something they shouldn't do. Larkin, I think if you're concerned about Larkin and want a little bit more from him, Mike Sullivan did something in the game against Sweden that I think will benefit the U.S., which is he put Jack Hughes with him. And, Hughes had been on the fourth line as a winger. He had made Brock Nelson one of the team's leading scorers. And then he got moved up the lineup, and I think that's to their benefit. I mean, Jack has played undoubtedly his best hockey of the season in this tournament, and probably deserves a shot to move up the lineup even more. But with Hughes next to him, I think Larkin should do pretty well. And again, like I just talked about, all of the promotion and all of the hype and everything was about the Kachuk brothers, and I don't think there's any question that the Hughes brothers have been the better brothers so far in the tournament.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Greg Wyhsynski is with us from ESPN. I know the Predators got back on the ice, the ones that are here yesterday to practice. How beneficial is this kind of week for teams to get back together? They obviously had a break, but to be able to work on some stuff that they haven't been able to because the schedule has been so condensed because of the Olympics. How beneficial is that going to be for some of these teams that have some time to kind of get together?
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see what this break does for some of these teams. I mean, there's obviously going to be some players who will appreciate and thrive with the rest, but there are probably some teams that are kind of upset that they had to break the momentum. I mean, like you think about a team like Buffalo, for example, and maybe even Nashville too, that are just like, we would have rather keep rolling rather than have this gigantic break in the season. But listen, it's good to get everybody back. It's good to get everybody in the right mindset to continue the season. It's a very unorthodox thing to take this level of a break in the middle of your schedule. Who knows what it does? I know for some teams, they're just hoping that their guys come back in one piece, like the Pittsburgh Penguins, for example, who are probably on pins and needles about what Sidney Crosby's health looks like after this Olympic tournament. But it'll be interesting to see which teams react and which teams need a little bit of more runway to get going after the break because there's not much more runway left in the season.
A team I've kind of been curious about in the West has been Anaheim because I think they've punched above their weight a little bit. Obviously, the Quenneville effect and the veteran coach can help that, but they're still a relatively young team. But they won 8 of their last 10 before the break. Do you think that that's sustainable with them, or will some of the lack of experience come back to bite them down the stretch?
What's bit them this season is their team defense, which I at last check still wasn't really where you'd want it to be for a playoff contending team. I think they've been extremely reliant on Lucas Dostal, who almost upset Canada on his own yesterday in that game in the quarterfinals. I think the Quenneville effect that you mentioned is their ability to really get going offensively. I think he's ignited the offense for a number of players in that roster. But ultimately, they're an inexperienced team in the way that they defend. They're probably a little bit over-reliant on their goaltender, but the good news is that he's been up to the task for most of the season.
Greg, it didn't happen while we were talking, so I'm hoping that right after we hang up, the U.S. will score. But 9:42 to go in regulation, still trailing Canada 1-0. But appreciate the time, and let's go USA.
Yeah, I'm going to start filling my bathtub with bourbon and try to forget this game ever happened after it's done. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow in the semifinals.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you next week.
Anytime.
Thank you. Greg Wyhsynski joining us from ESPN. Always enjoy his work, and we'll talk to him next week when the NHL season and the Predator season gets back going again. We'll have more coming from Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. Canada leads USA in women's hockey gold medal game 1-0. 7:35 to go in regulation. So we'll keep you updated on that. Appreciate Greg Wyhsynski and Nick Beres for joining us. A lot of fun there, Big Joe.
It was. All right, so I got some fun for you.
We like fun.
These are NFL passing yards leaders by the school. By what school this quarterback went to. We're going to go back all the way to 1979.
All right.
The quarterback in 1979 that led the NFL most yards passing went to Oregon. Who is it?
Is that Fouts?
Fouts.
Right.
1980, the quarterback went to Oregon. Who is it?
Fouts.
1981, the quarterback went to Oregon. Who is it?
Fouts.
1982, the quarterback went to Oregon. Who is it?
Fouts.
There you go. 1983, the quarterback went to Kansas State. 1983, I don't know who that is.
I have no clue.
We'll have to
Who went
look that
Kansas
up.
State.
Dr. Crane, you can help us out here. 1983 passing leader who went to Kansas State.
Lynn Dickey.
Oh, my goodness. From the
Led the
Packers.
NFL, yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
1984, the passing leader went to Pittsburgh.
Dan Marino.
1985, the passing leader went to Pittsburgh.
Dan Marino.
1986, Pittsburgh.
Dan Marino.
1987, Portland State.
Oh, God. Do you know this?
I think it's either – it's not he plays it. It's not Tim Rosenbaugh. It's not Kelly Stauffer. 1987.
I have
Portland State. I should know this. He played for the Cardinals. I should know who this is. 1987.
Hang on. Neil Lomax.
Yes, that gummit played for the Cardinals. 1988, Pittsburgh.
Marino.
The quarterback that led the league in passing in 1989. Virginia. I think he played for the Packers before Brett Favre.
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Don Mikowski.
Mikowski.
I think that's it. 1991, Washington. The quarterback that led the NFL in passing went to Washington, and I don't remember.
It was Mikowski. That is correct. 1990, Washington.
91.
91.
No, 90 and 91. I'm sorry, went to Washington.
I
don't know either.
I don't know. Let's see. It is. Oh, we should have known that. Warren Moon.
So stupid. 92, Pittsburgh.
Marino.
93, Stanford.
Jim Kelly.
94, Washington State.
Oh, I should know that. 94.
He's a former Cowboy quarterback, too.
Wait, did I say Jim Kelly? I meant, was Jim Kelly right or was it Elway?
Elway.
Yeah, Elway. I said Jim Kelly. I meant Elway. Washington State.
94.
I don't know.
Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
95, it looks like he went to Northern Iowa. 95?
Northern Iowa.
Hey, look, it's the same one. Maybe it's Iowa. I don't know. It looks like 95 Iowa. Who would that be?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm looking. It is. Okay, then I don't think that's right.
Then it's not Iowa. It's another school then.
It should be Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. All right, that's okay. The Golden Eagle.
Brett Favre.
All right. It looks like a Hawkeye, does it not?
Oh, yeah, but that is – if
Southern
I had
Miss.
seen that, that would have
Right. 96, Washington.
Was the same guy before?
Is it Brunel or Warren Moon?
96?
Yeah, I think it might be Brunel.
It is Mark Brunell.
97, Illinois.
I have no
Jeff George.
Jeff George.
98, Brett Favre. 99, Notre Dame. the quarterback went to Notre Dame that led the league in passing?
Uh,
All I can think of is it Rick Meyer, but I don't know. 99.
Montana would have been done by now.
Gone, yeah.
Steve Berline.
Holy cow.
I never would have gotten that.
2000, man.
Peyton.
Yep. 2001, Northern Iowa.
Kurt Warner.
Yep. 2002, looks like that would be Delaware.
Rich Gannon.
Attaboy. 2003, Wolfman.
Peyton.
Yep. 2004, UCF.
Central Florida.
Mm-hmm. Throw into one, Randy Moss.
Oh, Dante Culpepper.
Attaboy. 2005, Michigan quarterback led the league in passing.
Tom Brady.
2006, Purdue.
Drew Brees.
2007, Michigan.
Brady.
2008, Purdue.
Drew Brees.
2009, Virginia quarterback led the league in passing. I'm going to go on a limb and say that was Matt Schaub. I may be wrong. I don't know. 2009.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep, you're right. Good job.
2010, NC State quarterback led the NFL in passing. Oh, okay. I know that now.
Phillip Rivers.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
2011, Purdue.
Drew Brees.
All right. 2012, Purdue.
Brees.
2013, what's up, man?
Peyton.
2014, a tie. Purdue
Brees.
and Miami of Ohio.
Roethlisberger.
Attaboy. 2000, good Lord. Drew Brees, again, 2015. 2016, Drew Brees. 2017, Michigan.
Brady.
2018, Miami of Ohio.
Roethlisberger.
All right. 2019, Florida State. Quarterback led the NFL in passing.
Famous Jameis.
It's got to be, right? That's all I can think of.
2019.
Yes, sir. It's not E.J. Manuel.
Jameis.
Jameis.
He had over 5,000 yards.
In 19
Yes.
with Tampa Bay?
5,109. Dak was next with 4,902.
Good Lord. 20, Clemson.
Deshaun Watson.
Sean Watson. 21, Michigan.
Brady.
22, Texas Tech.
Mahomes.
23, Alabama.
Hurts.
I don't know. Is it Hurts or is it Tua? Or is it Mac Jones?
Could be Tua.
Or is it Bryce Young? Hell, they had 4 quarterbacks
Tua.
in.
It was Tua.
2 and 23?
Yep.
24, LSU quarterback led the league in passing.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. 25, last year, a Georgia quarterback.
Stafford.
Did
Yeah.
well, buddy.
There's some that I was like, what? Okay, so now I'm curious. How many quarterbacks have thrown over 5,000 yards in a season?
Oh,
Because
man.
Jameis did it.
I would have never guessed Jameis. Shirley. Well, stop calling me Shirley. Breeze, maybe? Marino?
9 different, this is according to Google, 9 different NFL quarterbacks have thrown for 5,000 or more passing yards. Drew Brees did it 5 times. Brady did it twice. Mahomes has done it twice. Marino did it once. He was the first to do it. Stafford did it once in 2011. Peyton did it once in 2013 and holds the record with 5,477. Roethlisberger did it once in 2018. Jameis in 19, and then Herbert did it one time in 2021.
I wonder how many of those won the Super Bowl. It's not Jameis. It's not Marino.
Did Peyton do it in 13? No. They
Yeah,
lost
They
to
lost to Seattle.
Stafford, no. Marino, no. Mahomes, 18 and 22.
22, yes. 18, no.
Right. Brady, 11 and 21. Yes, and 21.
No and 11.
Yeah. And then Breeze, 11 through 13 and 16.
So the Super Bowl year, Drew Brees did not throw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That shows that you're not going to – you have success, but it doesn't guarantee you going all the way.
That's crazy. Yeah, so 2011, 3 quarterbacks threw over 5,000 yards.
Brady,
Yep.
Stafford,
Yep.
and
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees.
And Drew set the record, and then Peyton broke it by 1 yard in 2013.
What year was it?
Because Brees and Peyton threw over 5,000 yards in 2013. 2018, Roethlisberger and Mahomes threw over 5,000. 21, Brady and Herbert threw over 5,000.
So look at 2014 because Roethlisberger and Drew Brees tied for most passing yards in 2014, which is almost a crazy stat upon itself that they tied in most passing yards.
Okay.
2014.
So you want to know how many they had?
Yeah.
4,952.
Both of them had that together, huh?
And I believe the U.S. just scored.
They did?
Sure did. Tie hockey game. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in regulation. Tied up at 1 between the U.S. and Canada.
Fired up. A little round of applause.
Knight
there
with
at
the
Bar
game
Lines.
tying goal. So there you go. Tied up.
Empty
All
net,
right,
by
so
the
yeah,
way.
what's that?
Is an empty net, by the way. They pulled their goalie
Oh,
to
they
get
pulled
an extra man.
Oh, wow. Okay. These are women.
Sorry about that.
That's not an empty net.
No, they pulled it at the other end.
Oh, okay. I hate empty nets.
4,952. That's how many yards.
They both tied? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Crazy.
So just
stat.
shy of 5,000.
Yeah, your little computer here was on a delay. Everybody was clapping. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you clapping for? And then they put the biscuit in the basket.
I'm curious. All right, so the last time was 2022. Here's another stat for you. So of the 9 players that have thrown for 5,000 or more yards, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have won the MVP in that year.
Oh, nice.
Marino, Peyton Manning in 13, Mahomes in 18, and Mahomes in 2022. So Mahomes has done it twice. He's been MVP both times. Here's the funny thing about Jameis. He also led the league in interceptions in 2019.
I mean, so 16 games back then when you break it, that's averaging over 300 yards every game.
Yeah.
You know you're going to be paying. And it's funny, it's their usual suspects of quarterbacks on there.
But the only surprise, well, I would say there's
one surprise to me that's not on the list.
Who?
Jim Kelly.
Yeah, I'd agree. They never threw for 5,000 yards.
Nope.
They never led the league in passing.
Never led the league in passing. Jim
Yeah.
Kelly. All the success, all the high up-tempo, go, 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 go. And Boomer Esiason the same way as well.
Yeah. Boomer was second on a couple of those
Okay.
lists. Most seasons with 5,000 pass. Breeze with 5, and then Mahomes and Brady with 2.
That's a lot, man.
That is absolutely nuts. Come back.
So good. Breeze was so underrated. I know he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's such a good quarterback.
Come back with more here. Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni, 102.5 The Game.
Hey, guys, Big Joe here. Listen, I'll tell you all the time, we spend a lot of time on our show talking about mental health for men. And I implore with guys out there, if you were struggling, please just go to therapy. Please go and talk about things that saved my life, and I think it would do the same for you. And if you're curious, I'm like, I don't know where to start, where to go, here, I got it for you. UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com. Go to the website, and there all the information you need is laid out for you. It's perfect. Information you need. Listen, it's private. It's secure, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. And they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Caring professionals whose one concern is getting you back to feeling good about yourself and your journey to wellness. UnityCares.com is the website. It's simple. Just go there, look around. Listen, I don't need to know what you talk about. I just need you to go. We tell you all the time how better our world is because you are here, how much you are loved, how much you are appreciated. And understand some days you're going through some rough spots, but know that there are people out here who absolutely love you and care about you. UnityCares.com is that place. And listen, if you might have a loved one that you're worried about, that might be acting a little bit different, and you're worried about them, you as well can go there. UnityCares.com, sit down with the person, talk about it with them, let them know they don't have to go through this journey alone. They don't have to go through it alone. Again, UnityCares.com. Everything you need to know, UnityCares.com.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 the game on this. Look at that. Speak of the devil. On this Thursday, the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. A little free bird as it's 1-1 between the U.S. and Canada in the women's gold medal game in Italy. And the greatest, one of my all-time favorite guitar solos of all time is going to be played when the U.S. scores and wins this thing.
Heck yeah. We're just going to let it play out too, man.
Absolutely. That was fun with the guessing the passing leaders by school.
Yeah, I love
Mr.
little
Todd.
stats like that. Todd Rodermill.
That's the
Big
king
time.
right there.
Big time. Mr. Nashville.
Mr. Nashville. That is correct. But yeah, no, that was cool. And it's just like you think about the quarterbacks that, you're like, oh, they definitely, were a passing leader. And then there's some names you're going, Mr. Burns. Who?
Yeah. I mean, that's cool seeing Lynn Dickey on there.
Yeah.
1983. Don Mikowski on there as well with the Packers. It just shows you how offensive evolved, and you run down the numbers. It's really – this is college, but a friend of ours was the first 3,000-yard passer in the SEC. You know who that is?
A friend of ours?
A good friend of ours. He was the first 3,000-yard passer in the SEC.
Kurt Page?
Kurt Page.
Wow.
I think it's the 84 Vanderbilt team. He was the first quarterback to pass for more than 3,000 yards in the SEC. Now
is that still George McIntyre?
Yes. Yep. Nice. McIntyre was there 78 to 85-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
Right there.
Kurt Page is a friend. We'll have to get him on soon. He's coaching in Europe, I think.
Is that where he is now?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to bring him on. But Tom Brady is the oldest quarterback to pass for 5,000 yards. He did it at the age of 44 in 2021.
Again, the whole age thing drives me crazy. I mean, Tom Brady's able to get it done. Now, you go back and look at pictures of Ken Stabler at 34.
Yeah.
There's like, how'd that guy make it to 34?
Okay. You take – here, I love these hypothetical questions. So you take Brady at – let me pull it. I want to pull his stats up real quick before I ask this question.
Okay.
All right. So we talk about 2021. He's 44 years old, throws for over 5,000 yards, and that's when they won the Super Bowl, I think.
What year?
2021. No, they won it the year before.
No, yeah, they won in 20.
All right. So he was 485 of 719, 53-16, 43 touchdowns. His best year in New England was 2007 at 30 years old, 398 of 578, 48-06, 50 touchdowns. That was the year they went 16-0 but lost to
Is that the 07 year?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you gotta win a game. You taking Brady at 30 or Brady at 44?
Well,
Because I think I'm taking him at 44.
wow, because you remember he had Moss on that team in 07 was this guy.
He threw for like 500 more yards at 44 years old. Now he threw 7 less touchdowns, but his completion percentage was slightly lower too.
Wow, that's a crazy stat. Well, what about Peyton? Won it in 13, and then he threw, was it 2000 he had that?
Yeah.
That led league. So there's a 13-year gap, and man, 13 years for me. So he was born in 76.
Yeah, so in 2000, God, this is wild. In 2000, Peyton Manning, now he threw he threw for 44-13 and completed 357 passes.
Lord.
In 2013 with Denver, he threw about 100 more passes for 1,000 more yards.
So he's almost 40. He'd be like 37.
He was 37, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I'll take the 37-year-old Peyton.
Yep.
Because he
After the neck.
Yeah.
His second year in Denver, he had 55 touchdowns. In that year, in his best year in Indy, he had 49 touchdowns. That was in 2004.
Wow.
He threw for 45, 57. And then, yeah. That was nuts, too. He went from the year before, 36, his first year in Denver, he had 37 touchdowns, 46, 59. Then 54, 77, 55 touchdowns, 47, 27, 39 touchdowns. And then at age 39, his final year where they won the Super Bowl, he only played in 10 games and 22, 49, 9 touchdowns.
He was done.
And then, the arm was done.
What's that great picture of video of he gets injured, he goes out, and then Osweiler's getting ready to come in. He puts his helmet on, and Peyton comes sprinting back in.
Yeah.
Osweiler throws his hands up like, good God. And it's like,
Yeah.
Peyton comes running back in there. Peyton ran, those sausage races in Milwaukee
Yeah.
with the hot dogs? That's how Peyton ran.
That's
Upright like
100%.
Got all that.
When
All
they
right.
called that bootleg with him and he like scampered in for a touchdown, I was like, those are the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen.
Was that the one in college or the pros?
There was one with Denver.
Oh, against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He ran, there's nobody
they
but 20
ran
yards.
like a bootleg to the left and like everybody's watching to the right. And then I think it was Buck and Aikman doing the game, and they're like, Peyton's in the end zone.
All right. He did one against Georgia, too. Same play. I think it was Jay Graham goes over the top. And like, oh, they stopped him. He comes rolling out
Yep.
around the left side and scores a touchdown.
Oh, it was so wild.
Well, what do we? Is the game? Is this like a 9-minute commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they got to clean the ice, right? Whatever they
Yeah,
do.
I hate
Not bad.
that they're doing 3-on-3 for this too.
Why?
I don't like the 3-on-3. I know it's exciting, but like not for this.
Okay.
This should be 5-on-5. This should be a 20-minute 5-on-5 overtime, and they're showing all the U.S. overtime wins. I guess. So coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. It's Chasing Big Joe on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, live from the Omni Nashville Hotel. I messed up earlier, so I meant to mention that Greg Wyhsynski was presented by Old National Bank. Get old. I was so enamored with the hockey game that I forgot to do that, so I apologize.
Okay, good.
But wanted to make good on that. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, first on the list we have here, it says, it's a picture of war. International Tug of War Day. Okay. Iwo Jima Day is today. National Arabian Horse Day. Okay, didn't know there was that type of breed of a horse, but okay, all right. National Boston Terrier Day. National Vets Girls Rise Day, so shout out to the veterans. National Lash Day, National Chocolate Mint Day. Let's see. What else is on this list? The Great American
Tell us.
Spit Out is today. So the Great American Spit Out. So I guess if you're a tobacco guy and you like spitting a little chaw, there you go. Prevent Plagiarism Day. Something you can't do in this segment, plagiarism. And that's all we got, folks.
What's the picture of the Great American Spit Out?
It is a fence with tobacco cans shoved inside them.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Family show, folks. All right, time for celebrity birthdays while we're still on the air.
The GM's here, so that could end soon.
That's right. By the way, Nick, did you win yesterday or did Brando win?
Brandon won by a landslide.
Butt, right?
Yeah, it was like
Even it
8 to 1.
I got to get back.
We bring up the B teamers. They still beat Dr. Crane. All right. All right, where are we? All right, here we go. Somebody birthdays. Chase, you get to go.
At the Omni.
You get to go first. How old is Roger Goodell? NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
The commissioner of the National Football League is 63.
58.
67.
Oh, dang.
Dr. Crane, how old is the guy that's trying to bring a baseball team here to Nashville? Dave Stewart.
68.
70.
69. That is a push.
And nice.
Chaser, how old is Dwight Freeney, former Colts? Did he make the Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
Dwight Freeney.
Dwight Freeney is 48.
46.
46 exactly. 2-0. Dr. Crane, how old is former? I think he went to Florida. And Memphis Grizzly basketball player Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. Am I first?
Dr. Crane.
Okay, sorry.
47.
That's what I was going to say. 48.
46. Dr. Crane's up 3-0. Chaser, how old is Nikolai Jokic?
The Joker is 29.
31.
31 exactly. Well, we got 2 Jokers, right? Well, we got 3 if we include Chase.
Batman's trying to get them all.
All right. Chaser, how old? Quite possibly the greatest singer of all time, Smokey Robinson.
Ooh. 87.
82.
86. Chaser's on the board.
Finally.
It's 5-1. Dr. Crane, how old is Jeff Daniels?
Known for his parts in Dumb and Dumber. I'm going to go 62.
64.
71.
Wow.
You know what movie Jeff Daniels in? I completely forgot he's in it. Speed.
Yeah, he is in Speed. That's right.
Chaser, how old is Seal?
58.
60.
63. Dr. Crane, how old is Oscar winner Benicio del Toro?
62.
73.
59.
Nice.
Chaser, how old is Chapel Roan? Your favorite.
23.
24.
28. Dr. Crane, how old is Millie Bobby Brown?
21.
Like Bobby Brown?
Millie Bobby Brown.
I don't know. Oh, is that the
Stranger Things person?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
maybe.
23.
22. It's a push. Chaser, you better get this one. How old is Lori Ann Crook? McGavick High graduate. How old is Lori
talked
Crook?
about him. 71.
77.
69.
Nice.
5-2. We're at 2 left. Dr. Crane, how old is Stanley from The Office?
Ooh, he's got to be in his like 70. I'm going to go 73.
64.
68. Last birthday, Chase. Haley Duff. How old's Haley Duff?
35.
42.
41. And with that, Dr. Crane wins 6-2.
That's a butt kicking.
Chase, physically, his body's here at the Omni, Mentally, he's in Milan, Italy.
Yep.
How's the carbonara, Chase?
That's good, man. That's good. Got some wine. So, the U.S. has done a good job of holding possession as well. Apparently, we cut out for a second. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
And we're back.
And we're back. Did you miss us?
Yes, I did.
How long were we gone for?
A good 40 seconds.
We were in Italy.
Oh, another shot on goal.
We were in Italy for sure. Yeah. So we'll keep you. I'm sure DVD will keep you posted on this as well.
I'm sure